The soldiers began whistling across the battlefield, trying to rescue a warhorse trapped between the trenches. Ignoring his commanding officer's orders, a British soldier climbed out of the trench carrying a white flag. At that very moment, a German lookout spotted him.
It's a white flag, isn't it? You see the white flag?
The British soldier continued walking toward the trapped horse. His fellow soldiers thought he had gone completely mad. When he reached the animal, he realized all 4 of its legs were tangled in barbed wire. He couldn't free it by himself. A German soldier then climbed out of his trench and handed him a pair of wire cutters. Although they were enemies, the 2 men stopped fighting to save a helpless warhorse. They worked together, discussing the best way to free the animal. But 1 pair of wire cutters wasn't enough. The German soldier shouted back toward his trench. The 2 soldiers crouched down and worked side by side, cutting away the barbed wire wrapped around the horse. As they worked, they even shared funny stories about life in their respective trenches. If it hadn't been for the war, they probably would have become friends. After cutting the final strand of wire, the warhorse finally struggled to its feet. Both men stood there, admiring the magnificent animal. A horse like this never belonged on a battlefield. But when they couldn't agree on who the horse belonged to, they decided to settle it with a coin toss. The British soldier won. The German soldier accepted the result without complaint. Before leaving, the British soldier reached out to shake his hand. The German soldier shook it and even gave him the wire cutters as a keepsake. The scene perfectly captured the irony and cruelty of war. The horse was taken back to the British camp. The soldiers pleaded with the army doctor to save its life. After a careful examination, the doctor concluded that the horse's injuries were too severe and refused to waste valuable medical resources on it. By then, the horse had completely lost its spirit. Its head hung low and it didn't move. The commander raised his pistol and aimed it at the horse's head. Just then, everyone suddenly turned around. A young boy with an injured eye slowly walked forward while whistling. Guided only by instinct, he believed the horse was his. The war horse immediately recognized the familiar whistle and staggered toward the boy. The army doctor insisted it was simply a horse of unknown origin.
It's not random at all, sir. He's my horse. I raised him in Devon.
But the boy refused to back down. He explained that his horse had a white birthmark on its forehead and white markings on all 4 hooves. The horse now appeared completely black because it was covered in mud. The soldiers quickly brought buckets of water and washed the mud from its legs, revealing the white markings underneath. The doctor personally wiped the mud from the horse's forehead. Sure enough, the unique white birthmark was there. At that moment, no one doubted the injured boy's story anymore. Soon afterward, the war horse slowly walked toward the boy once again.